I'm keeping everybody on mute, so you can unmute yourself and talk when needed. Okay. अथ अद्यतन सन्धिवर्गः स्वागतमस्ति। पूर्वस्मिन् सप्ताहे सन्धिवर्गस्य गृहकार्यम् इति गृहपाठः दत्तः। तो प्रायेण सर्वैः कृतः एव। धन्यवादाः। तो कश्चन प्रश्नः वर्तते चेत् इदानीं प्रष्टुम् अवकाशः वर्तते। If there are any question on this questions or homework, please feel to ask now. So mostly everybody has done it. Actually, all of you have done it. Great work. Thank you. Okay, so we'll proceed further then. So when सन्धेः प्रसक्तिः कदा भवितुमर्हति? When is sandhi? When can sandhi happen? So we saw that last time. Okay. So Avishka Mahoday, sandhi. Avishka Bhagini, can you
yes,
refresh the memory? When, in what circumstances a sandhi can happen?
In a pad, or if we have dhatu upsarg in samas, then the sandhis are mandatory.
In between dhatu and upasarga?
Yes.
And in samasa? And
when we have a padam,
एकं पदम् अस्ति चेत् संहिता एकपदे नित्या धातूपसर्गयोः नित्या समासे वाक्ये तु सा विवक्षाम् अपेक्षते. So here in the last class, Samhita iti, I should have explained it better. Samhita, what is the meaning of Samhita?
Proximity.
Proximity. Proximity, closeness is Samhita. And here particularly, Samhita, how much closeness? Less than half matra. Half matra or less than that is Samhita. So Samhita, that proximity, this is actually not talking about Sandhi. This shloka is not talking about Sandhi. It is talking about Samhita. Samhita is proximity. It is just saying that the proximity of less than half matra, where does it happen? Where is it mandatory? So tasmin vishaye ayam shlokah pravartate. So संहिता एकपदे नित्या एकपदमस्ति चेत् संहिता तत् सामीप्यं सन्निकर्षः भवति एव सर्वदा नित्या भवति इति सामीप्यं नित्यं भवति. अनन्तरं धातुः तथा उपसर्गः अस्ति चेत् तयोर्मध्ये संहिता प्राक्सिमिटि नित्यं भवति. तथैव समस्तपदे नित्यं भवति सामीप्यम् इति. यदा सामीप्यं भवति तदा सन्धिः भवति. अनन्तरं सन्धिः is the next step. So the first, the circumstance is necessary, right? So when we say H2 plus O, oxygen, right? hydrogen plus oxygen. So those two elements, they have to come together. Samipyam avashyakam. Tada some chemical reaction happens between them, and then water is formed. So that is sandhi karyam. Sandhi karyam is the action actually happening. But first, the samhita or the samipyam is the circumstance to have that sandhi karyam. It's a trigger. The samhita samipyam bhavati ekapade dhatu upasarga samasta padam. When the samipyam asti chet, sandhi karyam, action is triggered. What is the action here? Sandhi karyam. Sandhi karyam means the change. It is a change in the sound. It is a sandhi karyam. Now, vakye tu sa vivaksham apekshate. Parantu, tu means however, like that. Parantu, vakye sa itukte atra samhita vivaksham apekshate. विवक्षा वक्तुः इच्छा यः भाषणकारः अस्ति तस्य विवक्षा तस्य इच्छा तस्य आशयः आवश्यकः तत्र सामीप्यम् इच्छति चेत् कर्तुं करोति नास्ति न इच्छति चेत् न करोति सामीप्यं नास्ति चेत् सन्धिः न भवति इति अर्थः
विविक्षा इज विशेष इच्छा
no vivaksha is vaktum ichha vaktum so itah param anantaram puram kim asit वृद्धिरादैच्यते प्रथमं सूत्रम् अष्टाध्याय्यां वृद्धिः इति काचित् संज्ञा वर्तते. It is some technical term, वृद्धिः. What the वृद्धि represents? वृद्धिः इति संज्ञायां के वर्णाः अन्तर्गताः भवन्ति. वृद्धिः इत्युक्ते किं भवति लक्ष्मीकान्त महोदय? वृद्धिः के वर्णाः? वृद्धिरादैच् इति सूत्रम्.
वृद्धिरादैच्
वृद्धिः इति संज्ञा वर्तते. वृद्धिः इति संज्ञा पदमस्ति, संज्ञापदम्. तस्मिन् पदे पदं के वर्णाः अन्तर्गताः भवन्ति? कर्ता महोदय?
A and A.
And
A.
A.
H. I, O.
I, O. H means what? Not H. H, right? At, H. So this,
yeah. If I say E and O will include in that. It's H.
H. So H प्रत्याहारः वर्तते. H प्रत्याहारे वर्णाः के सन्ति? H प्रत्याहारे वर्णाः के सन्ति? No, केवलम् H प्रत्याहारे वर्णाः के? ऐ तथा औ. ऐ तथा औ इति वर्णद्वयम् ऐच् प्रत्याहारे. वृद्धिरात् ऐच्. वृद्धिः इत्युक्ते आत् तथा ऐच्. आत् इत्युक्ते आत् आकारः. अनन्तरम् ऐच् इत्युक्ते ऐ तथा औ इति वर्णत्रयं वृद्धिसंज्ञकम्. तथैव अदेङ्गुणः इत्यपि संज्ञासूत्रम्. अत्र गुणः इति संज्ञा. गुणः इति padasya संज्ञायाः अर्थः कः? So in the guna means what all are included? Which varnas?
A, E, O.
Ateng iti at-eng. So at is just a eng pratyahara. What is eng? E tatha o. Right? Ayun rulut eong iti sutre. Ayun rulut eong iti trutiyam sutram eong ti eo iti varnadvayam eng pratyahare वर्तते. इति गुण इति संज्ञायाः अंतर्गतवर्णाः भवन्ति अकारः तथा एकारः तथा ओकारः. इदानीं to proceed further you need to remember हलन्त वर्णानां विभक्ति रूपाणि कानि भवन्ति इति. So generally you should know. Everybody remember this marut shabda or pachat shabda, vanit shabda. This we did like in some time back. The last where some noise is coming. Lakshmikant. Okay, this try to remember. These are important. Many of these forms of these vibhakti forms of these words, they are used in the Ashtadhyayi Sutrani. Ashtadhyayi Sutra, right? So it would help if you remember the vibhakti rupam of these, especially halanta shabda. Okay. So let us take. They are all similar. Like for example, if you take marut shabda, marut shabdasya vibhakti rupani kani iti. वसुमती भगिनी पठतु. महोदय पठतु.
मरुतौ मरुतः मरुतं मरुतौ मरुतः. Tudiya is maruta, marudhyam, marudhi. Chaturthi marudaya, marudhyam, marudhya. Panjami marudaha, marudhyam, marudhya. Shashti vibhakti again marudaha, marudoho, marudam. Saptami marudi, marudi, marudoho, marutsu.
So these forms, if you remember, so those would be helpful while we go through some of the sutras. So marut, maruta, marut, marutam, maruta, marute, marutaha, marutaha, maruti. And if you look at, see, another one. So, for example, jalamuch chakaranta shabdaha vartate. So here you have jalamuk, jalamucho, jalamuchaha, jalamuk, jalamucho, jalamucham, jalamucho, jalamuchaha, jalamucha, like this, jalamuche, jalamucha, jalamuchi. So samanyata, if you look at these two words here, right? This one jalamuk, okay, and this one is marut. Though asya pratipatikam takarantaha takarantam vartate, atra pratipatikam chakarantaha. तथापि सामान्यतः अन्तिमवर्णः समानमेव दृश्यते अथवा तस्य what you call pattern here. So they look similar. Jalamuk, here marut. Ditya, if you say marutam, jalamucham. Tritiya, jalamucha, maruta. Chaturthi, marute. Jalamuche, panchami, jalamuchaha, marutaha. Shashti, marutaha, jalamuchaha. Saptami, jalamuchi. Right? Saptami, maruti. Similarly, all the others, vachanam also, they are similar. Marudhi, marutsu, marutam, jalamucham, jalamukshu. So, this would be helpful to understand the words in the sutras. Now, for example, ach iti pratyahara vartate. So, what is ach? Pratyahara, pratyaharasya arthakara. ach pratyahara tasmin ke varnaha bhavanti tasmin pratyahare.
Ach, sir?
Ach.
I, au.
No. I, U, R, L, A, O, I, O.
इत्युक्ते किं सर्वे स्वराः सर्वे स्वरवर्णाः अच् इति प्रत्याहारे अन्तर्गताः भवन्ति. Is that clear or any question?
Clear, no?
Karta Mahodaya, what is ach?
This is clear. Ach is clear, sir.
No, but you are saying something different. Ach is a, I, U, R, A, O, I, O. Ete sarve varnaha akaradharabhya etat chakar paryantam. Sarve swara varnaha bhavanti ach iti pratyahare antargataha, right?
No, what I said is I, au. Is it not correct?
No, what about these also? These also, right? Ulu, A,
Yeah.
These are in between. So,
in between, yes.
Yeah, between and it is not just this sutra and this sutra. Any sutras in between also you need to consider. Ignoring the last letter of each sutra, in which come in between. Okay?
Yes.
So starting from a to this cha. Now, this thing we already discussed. Where is the dirgha a, dirgha I, dirgha u, dirgha u? So where are they? They are not here in the Maheshwara Sutram. So, teshu na dushyante. Parantu tathapi akaraha ityukte a ityukte asya sarve prabhedaha. Kati prabhedaha bhavanti akarasya ahatya rasva dirgha pluta anudatta udatta swarita anantaram अनुनासिक निरनुनासिक इति आहत्य कति प्रभेदाः भवन्ति? अष्टादश प्रभेदाः अकारस्य. So all those, when we say ach, so all the अष्टादश प्रभेदाः अकारस्य, अष्टादश प्रभेदाः एकारस्य, उकारस्य अष्टादश प्रभेदाः ऋकारस्य, अष्टादश अनन्तरं लकारस्य द्वादश एव प्रभेदाः एकारस्य द्वादश प्रभेदाः ओकारस्य द्वादश ऐकारस्य ऐ औ इत्येतामपि प्रत्येकं द्वादश प्रभेदाः भवन्ति. Okay, so all those are included in this ach. all the variations of each letter are included in this ach pratyahara. But normally, if again for our day-to-day prayoga purpose, day-to-day vyavaharika prayogaya, kevalam akara. So what we generally understand, means and a, because we generally in the prayoga do not use anudatta udatta sahita anunasika nirunasika. So just it means hrasva dirgha, ikara is hrasva dirgha, ukara hrasva dirgha, ukara hrasva dirgha, ukara hrasva pluta ikara, ikara dirgha pluta, ukara dirgha pluta, aikara dirgha pluta, aukara dirgha pluta. So these things we consider generally. Okay. Now here also pluta is rarely used. We just restrict ourselves to akara, hrasva dirgha for the general usage. So ach, remember that ach is always, ach pratyahara indicates it includes all the swaras, all the vowels in the Sanskrita Varnamala. Okay, hal pratyahara includes, what does it include? Hal pratyahara
Sarve Vyanjana.
Sarvani Vyanjanani. So how does it? Like hakarada arabhya antima lakarada paryantam, not this hakara, not the second hakara. First hakara, start with the first hakara and ending with the last lakara. Hal. Sarvani Vyanjanani antargatani bhavanti hal pratyahare. So idanim, so here coming back to this ach iti pratyahara bhavati, but think that ach is a pratyahara, but also if it is a word, okay? If thinking ach is somebody's name, okay? If ach is a word or somebody's name, what are its vibhakti pratyayas or vibhakti rupani? If it is like Jalamuch Shabda, somebody's name is there, ach. So what will be its vibhakti rupani? Similar to this, ekavachane prathama vibhakti kim bhavati. Let's say, ak, but ak is, but we don't use ak because there are other words which remain as ach. So we'll start with ach, but others you can go like Jalamuch. Okay. So what is the Ditya Vibhakti Ekavachanam? Acham. Tritiya Ekavachanam? Acha. Chaturthi? Ache. Panchami? Shashti? Shashti punah achaha. Saptami?
Achaha.
Achi. So this is how. So when we say achi, achi means ach pratyahare. It is saptami artha bhavati, right? Achi. Like we use in English also, right? Like some example you can give. We use them in Bahuvachanam also, right? When you use some. What are some of the abbreviations in English? No?
What is the question?
Question is like, I was trying to give some similar examples in Bahuvachan. Like we use the abbreviations in the acronyms in the English also as a word, some words like
for all alphabets we'd say 8 exactly.
Yeah. No. Like PWD is an abbreviation.
Okay.
Like that. Like
Right ones, there are many.
Huh?
ATM.
ATM, for example, ATM. So ATM has become like a word now. So we use ATMs, Bhavachanam, in ATM, like that. So similarly here, like achi, ach is, when we are using it in a sutra or even in the prayoga, it has become like a word now. Ach is a pratyahara, which is a collection of all the vowels. Now if you want to say in that group of vowels, we can use the saptami vibhakti of this ach. Means we can use achi. Achi means in the collection of all the vowels. Okay? Means it's in the group of all the vowels. Only ach means it is a group of vowels. It is a collection of all the vowels. Pratyahara. So this ach, considering it as the prathama vibhakti, ach stands for collection of all the vowels. So if you want to say in the collection of all the vowels, you can use the saptami vibhakti like achi. And if you want to say of, you can use shashti vibhakti, achaha, of the collection of all the vowels. So these vibhakti pratyayas can be used. Vibhakti forms can be used for a pratyahara. Similarly, hal. If you consider hal, collection of all the vyanjanas, so if you want to say in the collection of all the vowels, we want to use saptami vibhakti ekavachana. So how do you say that? Saptami vibhakti like this: jalamuchi, achi. So hal becomes
hali.
hali. Remember that like this, saptami vibhakti just maruti. If it is marut, becomes maruti. Halanta shabdaha. Vyanjananta shabda pratipadikam asti. Maruti is maruti. Jalamuk jaluti. Jalamuk jalamuchi. Similarly, vanik.
Mahodaya, all the vowels, A, I, E, U, all these things?
Yeah, if you want to use it in prathama vibhakti, you just keep it like this, ach, for example. If you want to use it in ditya, you use acham, like marutam acham. And tritiya vibhakti becomes acha.
No, I want to, I have doubt. All the vowels means A, I, E, U, all these things?
Yeah, all the vowels means, yeah. Ach means all the vowels, that we saw that. Ach means all the vowels from start A, E, U, U, A, O, I, O. How many vowels are there?
9.
Nava santi atra sutre drishyante. But actually each one stands expanded, right? We have to expand it. A means A and A. At least we have to expand it into 2 variations. At least 2. Actually there are 18. But at least for a practical purpose, at least there are 2. A stands for A and A. E stands for
E.
E stands for both Rasva E and Dirgha E. And O stands for Hasva O, Dirgha O. Yeah. Like this, Ru stands for Hasva Ru, Dirgha Ru. Ru stands for just Rasva Ru. There is a Pluta also, but again we are expanding only for Dirgha here. And A is only Dirgha, O only Dirgha, I only Dirgha, A only Dirgha. So when we look at this, our normal Varnamala, the chart of letters we have studied before, right? Where is the chart of letters in this? Here. So how many vowels are here? Trayodasha.
13.
13. Trayodasha. So that Ach stands for all these 13 at least. So achi means in the group of this set of swaras. Achi. Okay?
Okay.
Hmm.
Same way, Vyanjan means all these ha, he, everything.
Vyanjana means
Ha, he, all these things.
Prashna. So Avishka Bhagini, this is the fundamental question, right? Ha, he, are these Vyanjanas?
No.
Why not?
They have the swara mixed in it.
They have the swara included in this. This ha means is there in this, right? Ha plus only ha is the Vyanjana. This ha is not a Vyanjana. And in this there is a अस्मिन् हा इति शब्दे आकारः हा इति स्वरः अस्ति हि इति अत्र इकारः अस्ति अत्र हि अत्र ईकारः अस्ति. So Lakshmikant Mahoday, these are not Vyanjanas. What is Vyanjana? Only ha is Vyanjana. Ha iti uच्चारणं न शक्यम् इत्येव अकारः तत्र योज्यते. Lakshmikant Mahoday.
Understood.
So when we say hal, which are the Vyanjanas included?
Ha, ya, va, ra, la, ya.
Right. So there also ha iti Vyanjanam. There is no akara is actually shown here, but it is only for the uccharanartham, ucharana saukaryartham iti asti. Parantu when we say ha ya vara, only ha iti Vyanjanam, ya iti Vyanjanam, va iti Vyanjanam, तथा र इति रेफ र इति व्यञ्जनम् एव तत्र अन्तर्गताः भवन्ति. न तु अकारस्य अत्र गणना न भवति. अकारः केवलम् उच्चारणार्थं योजितम् अस्ति. अकारः केवलम् उच्चारणार्थम्. अत्रापि ल इति केवलं ल. Similarly, you have to understand all the Vyanjanas. It is not ha, ha, he, kevalam ha, ya, or, etc.
Understood.
So, प्रथमः सन्धिः अत्र. Iko yanachi iti sandhi. Now sandhi punaha. So if you want, I have a page also here. If later on if you want to go through this, you can. This is just like a quick snapshot of each sandhi. Sandhi uchcharana kale varnadhyam samipe bhavati tada varnavikarah. उच्चारणे परिवर्तनं भवति. माहेश्वर सूत्राणि इत्र दर्शितानि. So मूलतः we can classify the sandhis into three different categories. एकः तु swara sandhi, and the second is vyanjana sandhi, and the third is visarga sandhi. There are other minor ways or different ways in which the sandhis can be classified, but generally we can consider this top level. Swara sandhi, when two swaras are samipe samvita bhavati tada. Vyanjana sandhi, when two vyanjanas or vyanjana with the swara come, they close. That means one vyanjana is involved there. And the visarga sandhi is when the change of visarga uccharanam, visarga sound, shabdasya परिवर्तनं भवति तदा विसर्गसन्धिः. It's at the high level. Now, for example, we know that an example of where is a sandhi, for example, Mahesha iti padam asti. Atra Maha plus Isha iti घटकपदे वर्तेते. Maha plus Ishah Maheshah. So here A iti अंतिम वर्णः महा इति पदम् अस्ति. तस्य अंतिम वर्णः अस्ति आ इति शब्दः, आकारः. अत्र प्रथम वर्णः द्वितीय पदस्य प्रथम वर्णः ईकारः अस्ति. Right? The last letter of the first word is A and the first letter of the second word is E. When the sandhi has to happen, there have to be two letters have to come with each other. Two letters means letters are part of the words, right? Padasya bhagya bhavati varnah. So pratham padadvayam apekshitam. Padadvayasya prathama padasya antima varnah कश्चित् वर्णः भवति, स्वरवर्णः अथवा व्यञ्जनवर्णः. द्वितीय पदस्यापि प्रथम वर्णः कश्चित् वर्णः भवति. Now, so this last letter of the first word is called, this becomes the first part of the sandhi, and this first letter of the second word becomes the second part which goes into the sandhi. Right? So A plus E together become A here. So A, E, when they come in close contact, the pronunciation changes to A. So A is called Purva Varna. A is called Purva Varna. And this second letter, A means not only A, the last letter of the first word which is participating in the sandhi is called Purva Varna. Purva means first, right? Purva means which comes early, before, beginning. So Purva Varna means in the sandhi karye यः कोऽपि प्रथमवर्णः अस्ति सः पूर्ववर्णः इत्युच्यते. Purva is like a common word we use, right? Purva Varna. But technically, traditionally, this Purva Varna is being used in all the grammar books for the Varna which comes first in the Sandhi Karyam. And this one is called Paravarna. So we could have called it Prathama Varna, Ditiya Varna, Prathama Varna, Antima Varna, Prathama Varna, Aparavarna, Paravarna, something like that. But traditionally, these words are being used, so they have become like technical terms. Purva Varna, Paravarna, iti vyavaharaha kriyate. So Purva Varna Prathamam agacchati, Paravarna ityukte द्वितीयः वर्णः भवति सन्धिकार्ये. अत्र अस्मिन् उदाहरणे पूर्ववर्णः अस्ति आ इति वर्णः, परवर्णः अस्ति इ इति वर्णः. पूर्ववर्णः तथा परवर्णः अनयोः सन्धिः सामीप्यं भवति, तदा नूतनवर्णस्य तत्र सन्धिकार्यं भवति. नूतनवर्णः कदाचित् उद्भवति, तत्र उच्चारणे परिवर्तनम्. Any question here? No. Simple. Purva Varna, Paravarna. Now we'll start with the sandhi. Iko yanachi iti prathamam sutram. So we'll start
So
with
this
the first.
So this Purva and Para is only in the Vyanjana Sandhi only, or
No, any Sandhi. Any Sandhi.
okay.
We have two letters. First letter is Purvavarna, second letter is Paravarna. So there are different ways of studying the Anukrama. So how the order of studying the Sandhis, which Sandhi has to be taken up first to study, which one to study next. Yeah, you can start with any different ways. So we'll generally follow Ashtadhyayi Krama. In the Ashtadhyayi, what order is followed, we'll follow that. But in books like this, for example, if you take this one, which I have given for download, and many other Sandhi books also, they start with a different Sandhi. For example, they start with Visarga Sandhi here, and in the Swara Sandhi also. So you see, this is Swara Sandhi, and Swara Sandhi also, they are starting with the Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. So this is one way, which is okay. Sometimes this may be easier, but we'll follow the Ashtadhyayi Krama in order. If you look at this Prathamam, Ashtadhyayi order means Ashtadhyayi. Is it time to look at this Ashtadhyayi.com in the sutras given here. So as you see, this is a sutra number which is given in the Ashtadhyayi Grantha. 111 Prathamadhyayah Prathama Padaha Prathamam Sutram. So this is again 111. So 112. So this is in order here. So as you see here, first sutra is what Vruddhi Radha which you have seen. So Adayang Gunaha which you have seen. So some of these are not relevant right now, not important. But so if you which are connected to Sandhis, the Sandhis, the Achandi or Achandi means Swara Sandhi. Swara is Ach means so Ach, wherever Swara is there, Swara we want to say, all the Swaras we can just say Ach. Ach stands for any Swara. Ach Sandhi or Swara Sandhi, they generally fall in the 6th chapter, Shashti Adhyaye Bhavanti, Sandhina. So now, Panini Ashtadhyayi does not name their Sandhis. So they are not named like Savarna Dirgha Sandhi, Guna Sandhi, Ruddhi Sandhi, like that. So it is just for our convenience we name them. So Ashtadhyayi just gives the Sutram. So what is the rule, and this comes with this, how it changes to what. So that is the only prakriya and the definition it gives. It doesn't name it like that, a Sandhi name. Based on the sutras which are used there, we can give it name. For example, the Savarna used there, so we can call it Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. And similarly, Guna is used in the Sutra, which is connected with the Guna Karyam. There we will call it Guna Sandhi, like that. That is for our easy and convenient identification purpose. Otherwise, considering this as the Vyakarana meant mainly for those times, for the native speakers, there is no classification like that or no naming like that. So if you go in that order, the first sutra we encounter, which is which talks about this Sandhi Karyam is Iko Yanachi. Which is given here. So I won't write better to look at. Let's look at this Iko Yanachi here. Okay. You can search here Iko. This is, you see here, 6177. 6177. Here it gives the Kaumudi or Siddhanta Kaumudi reference number. It is a 47. So you see here in the Siddhanta Kaumudi, it is much in the beginning. Siddhanta Kaumudi covering all the 4000 sutras of Ashtadhyayi, and in the this is already in the sixth chapter. Shashthyadhyaya vartate Iko Yanachi. Parantu atra Kaumadyam to Saptachatvanashattamaya. So this is quite in the beginning, because Kaumudi follows different order. Same thing, it reorders the Ashtadhyayi sutras and puts them into certain chapters. So first comes the Saujña Prakaranam, Parivasha Prakaranam, Anantaram Achchandya Prakaranam. Achchandya starts in the beginning there. Because Kaumudikaraha Tasya Ashayaha, so to understand the Adatyanganta Prakaranam and how to derive the different Vibhakti Rupani of the anything like the any pada with the karaka, and everywhere Sandhi is a very basic thing, the very first thing one has to understand and know, familiar about. So that's why he starts with the Sandhi first here. So here we'll look at this, may be a bit confusing right now. So Iko Yanachi, in this atra Ghataka padani kani vartante Iko Yanachi iti sutram. So if we divide this, anybody want to? Some of you know this already. What are the three parts in this sutram?
Iko Yanachi.
So in the shloka, asmin shloke, Ramo Rajamani. Asmin, what is Ramo? Ramo ityasya padam मूलतः स्वरूपं किं? रामो राजमणिः. तत्र रामो इत्युक्ते रामः. So similarly अत्र इको इति पदस्य रूपं किं भवति?
एकः.
एकः. So ekah, and because there is a sandhi is already happening at this in the sutra itself. For example, ruddhiraadaich, ruddhi at, the at, and aich. That the becomes the here, adai. The is converted dai because of a sandhi karyam. So these already having the sandhi. So here also ekah becomes iko, yatha ramaha became here ramo. So these with the sandhi already, these sutras are already there. So when he is writing sutras, he is not putting the actual words without the sandhi there. So with the sandhi itself, he is writing. So we will have to understand what those words are if you know the Sanskrit language already. Tatra ikaha iti padam anantaram yanachi asmin kim?
Yana plus achi.
Yan pratyaya achi saptami.
Achi.
Yan plus.
So ekaha yan achi iti. So there are three parts are there. Three words are there. There are three different words are there in this sutram. Just like ruddhiraadaich, in that how many words were there? Ruddhiraadaich. in this sutra, kati padani santi buddhiradai त्रीणि पदानि अदें गुणः तस्मिन् कति पदानि
त्रीणि अपि च
अत् एं गुणः त्रीणि तथैव इको यणचि अस्मिन् सूत्रेऽपि इकः यण् अचि इति त्रीणि पदानि सन्ति. Now here what happens, this is a different type of sutra. Vruddhi Radha was just defining the Sajna, what is Vruddhi. Adenguna, what is defined, it was defining the Guna. But here, Iko Yanachi, it is not defining anything. It is actually stating the rule. It is not a Sajna or something, it's stating the rule. So, this is, now we have to understand the rule. Now we have to understand a little bit more about how the sutras are formed. So, some of you already know this, but those who are new to this, pay attention very carefully here. Now, ikaha yan achi. First thing we have to know is what are the vibhakti forms of these three words. What is the vibhakti rupam, in which vibhakti, which vachanam it is there, ikaha, that we have to understand. What is the vibhakti vachanam of yan, we have to understand. The vibhakti vachanam of achi, you have to understand. Achi we already know, right? We already saw. Achi iti padasya vibhakti ka.
Saptami.
So this is Saptami Ekavachanam, right? Now yan iti padam, yan iti kim bhavati eka pratyahara. Yata hal iti pratyahara. Yan ityapi pratyahara, if you look at this, right? Yan iti pratyahara. Where is yan?
Yavarala. Yavarala.
Samyak. Yan.
Yavaratala.
This one. Iko yanachi smin ikaha yan achi. Atra achi iti saptami ekavachanam. Yan. Now yan we have to look at what is yan. Yan iti pratyaharaha. Yan madhe kevarnaha yavara la. Yavarala. So, atra yan ityukte yavara, actually yavarala, right? Only vyanjanani, not the akaram vihaya. Yavarala iti sutre tu akaram तो साकारम वर्तते अत्र अकारं विना केवलं यवरल इति व्यञ्जनानि एव. Now question comes, what is ikah? So if we
षष्ठी विभक्ति of ik pratyay.
षष्ठी विभक्ति of, like we saw here, the varnas, sorry, the vibhakti rupani of different things, like where it looks like ikah. Yeah, like this one. Marutaha, Marutaha, like this. Panchami or Shashti. It could be either one. Panchami or Shashti, either one. But again, we'll have to understand what the sutra is about. We can also read it Bhashyam. So here, what we get here is ikaha is a Shashti Bhakti of ik pratyahara. Okay. Ik iti ekaha pratyahara. Tasya षष्ठी विभक्ति एकवचनम भवति. And what is yan iti pratyaharaha asti? तस्य वचनं विभक्तिः कात्र मूल इत्युक्ते प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं यथा आच् अस्ति आच् इत्युक्ते प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं यण् प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनं अत्र इकः इति षष्ठी विभक्ति एकवचनं आफ् इक् प्रत्याहार इक् प्रत्याहारे वर्णाः के इति पश्यामः इक् प्रत्याहारे वर्णाः के भवन्ति इक् इ उ इति वर्णाः इक् प्रत्याहारे वर्णाः भवन्ति इ उ उ लु इति वर्णः इति चत्वारः स्वराः सन्ति अस्मिन् इक् प्रत्याहारे so ikah is षष्ठी विभक्ति means of this group of the ik pratyahara, right? Shashti vibhakti, where it is, it's of, right? Of, then yan is ekavachanam, yan iti pratyahara, yavaralla, this group of letters. Achi, achi means saptami vibhakti of ach, means in the group of all the swaras. So this is generally how the sutra is. This is how the sutra is formed here. Ikah yan iti pratyahara ekavachanam prathama vibhakti, achi iti saptami vibhakti ekavachanam. Now how to interpret this sutram? For this, Panini again has other sutras before this sutra, that other sutras to understand what is meant by Shashti Vibhakti of the words in his sutras, what is meant by Prathama Vibhakti of his words in the sutras, what is meant by Saptami Vibhakti of his words in the sutras. He has first defined them. That comes in the first chapter only. Before going through this, because this eco-energy comes in the 6th chapter. But what is this Shashti Vibhakti, what is Saptami Vibhakti, what is Prathama Vibhakti, all this, he defines that in his first chapter, Prathama Adhyaya, so that the person who is reading that Ashtadhyayi book, he understands. So when this Vibhakti is used on a certain pada in a sutram, what to make out of it, what is the meaning of it. So generally, if you look at this, it doesn't make much sense here. Ikah yannachi, okay, Shashti Vibhakti of ik, Prathama Vibhakti yan, Saptami Vibhakti of achi. Now, what to do with this? Now, simple. Now, if you look at the book which you have downloaded, here, very easily written here, the basics of understanding Panini Sutras on Sandhi. If you look at page number 50 here, can everybody read this? Can you see this, all of you?
Yeah.
So, Sandhi rules are described in the form of sutra given by Panini. So, they are concise and precise sentences. In his meta-language system of using words in the sutras, Panini assigned extra meanings to 5th, 6th, 7th case nominal suffixes. Nominal means that vibhakti pratyaya. So these artificial vibhaktyarthas are used only in his sutras. Now, let's look at what are those meanings. In a Panini sutra, a noun in the first case is the substitute, adesha. Dash means dash is the substitute. We will see that. That eco-energy, we will see how it applies there. Now, 6th case is the occupant of the place of substitution, or sthani, in the place of, it means. 7th case follows the place of substitution, paranimittam, when dash follows. 5th case, if it is a panchami vibhakti, That is Purana Vibhakti. In this Ikoyanachi there is no Panchami, right? Ikaha, Yan, Achi. Shashti, there is a Shashti Vibhakti, then there is a Prathama Vibhakti, then there is a Saptami. So what are these? Sixth case, first one, let's see. In the place of dash dash. Dash dash is the whatever the word in the Shashti Vibhakti is there, that we have to put it here. So what is the word which is in the Shashti Vibhakti? Ik pratyahara, correct? Ik pratyahara is in the Shashti Vibhakti in this case. So we'll put the ik here. Okay? In the place of ik. In the place of ik. Now what is in the Saptami Vibhakti? Which word? In the Ikoyanachi?
Achi.
Achi. What is the word? Mula word? Padam? Ach. Right?
Ach.
So when ach follows, we can put that. Because ach in the Saptami Vibhakti, we can use it like this. In the place of ik, when ach follows, and Prathama Vibhakti is also there. First case is the substitute. First case is we have yan, right? So we can put yan here. Now if you make the sentence ikaha yan achi, so putting these yan ik ach like this, using these sentences, using these phrases here, if you make the sentence, what will it become? So first we'll start with the when. When ach follows, okay, when ach follows, in the place of ik, yan is the substitute. This is a sentence we can make out of that sutra using these guidelines given by Panini. When he is using the first case, when sixth case, seventh case, fifth case, or Prathama, Shashti, Saptami, Panchami, Vibhakti, Pratyayanam, Prayojanam Katham Karoti Saha, Evamevam. So in simple English, if you want to use this, in Sanskritam we can go on explaining this, what is Shashti, Sthani, Adesha and all that, but to understand this simply, you use this. So when ach follows, in the place of ik, yan becomes the substitute. So now this starts to make some sense. We start understanding this. When ach follows, in the place of ik, yan becomes the substitute. Okay. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see example. Example is a good way to learn, right? So this example comes in the page number 60 here. Under the end sandhi. Okay. So as you see here, what it says, when ik is immediately followed by ach, because there is achi here, achi. Achi, yan is the substitute for the ik. Okay. For the ik was there, ikaha. Means ikaha sthane, in the place of ik. Ikaha sthane, in the place of ik pratyahara. If the ik pratyahara, if ik is followed by ach, means any swara. If any of the if any of the words in, if any of the swaras in the ik pratyahara is followed by any of the swara in ach pratyahara, then in the place of ik pratyahara, what do we get? What we have to substitute? Yan becomes the substitute. So one basically in the swara sandhi or any sandhi, what happens? There is a purva varna, okay, and there is a paravarna, and this will result into something. Okay. Now what is happening here? When ik is followed by ach, that means ik is a purva varna. And what is the paravarna? Ach. Then what happens? Yan becomes the substitute. This changes to yan. That is the simple meaning of this sutra. Purvavarnah kaschana ik pratyaharasya kaschana varnah. Paravarnah ach pratyaharasya kaschana varnah. Then it changes to yan pratyaharasya kaschana varnah. Ik pratyahare ke varnah santi. Ik pratyahara. What are the varnas? E, U. Begini, what are the varnas in ik?
Iurulu.
Iurulu should be the Purvarna. One of them should be the Purvarna, and Ach should be the Paravarna. Ach pratyahare ke santi varnaha sarve swaravarnaha santi. So in the Ach pratyahara all the swaravarnas are there. So Iurulu, one of these should be the first letter, and any swara can be the second letter. Then it changes to yan pratyahara. One of the letters in the yan pratyahara. Yan is we know that ya, ra, la, va, right? Or yava, ra, la. Yava, ra, la. None of this. So far, clear?
Nowadays,
The
but
steps.
if the same swara follows, then this may not happen, right? Like,
Yeah, we'll say some examples. Right, we'll see some examples. But understanding the interpretation of the sutra, is that clear? Like, ikaha sthane.
Vyanjana.
Huh? What is that?
Yeah.
Correct. Vyanjanam. Sorry, not this here. Yeah, varala. Vyanjanam. Okay. Ikaha. So far only we will see the examples which will make it more clear. But just the interpretation of the sutram itself is ikaha yan achi. So there are three words. So what that means is ikaha sthane. So when, first the condition is when, right? When ik iti anantaram ach pratyaharasya kaschana varna bhavati tada ikaha sthane means ik iti pratyaharasya kaschachit varnasya sthane किं भवति यण् इति प्रत्याहारस्य कश्चन वर्णः आदेशः भवति. आदेश मीन्स् सब्स्टिट्यूट्स्. आदेशः भवति. So same thing if you look at the here. So here to try to understand from this website, padacheda ikaha shashti ekavachanam, yan prathama ekavachanam, achi saptami ekavachanam. So all this you can, if you want, you can study if there is something here. But mainly sutrartham pashyantu. Ik varnasya sthane sware pare. Sware means ach, right? Achi pare. Sware means achi. Achi pare samhitayam yan varnadesha bhavati. So this is sutra. This is important to understand. The sutrartha which is given on this website is very nice. Ik varnasya sthane means ik iti pratyaharasya kasyachit varnasya sthane. Kasyana varnaha. Kopi varnaha bhavatu. Ik, I, U, iti chatvara varnaha. Tasya sthane sware pare. Sware means achi pare. Pare ityukte means if it is afterwards. Yadi sware pare means yadi swaraha pare asti chet, if the vowel is after the, if it is present afterwards. After what? after the one of the ik swaras. Then samhitayam, then also another condition is samhitayam, samipyam, sannikarshaha avashakaha. Samipyam nasti chet, whether the e after e, then the comes, if there is no samipyam asti chet, sandhi karyam etat karyam na bhavati. Whatever the karyam is given here, rule is given here, that rule fails because samhita is important. Remember, samhita is important. Only there is samhita. Samhita is everywhere whenever the sandhi happens, except like there are some exceptions. But everywhere there is a samhita must be there when the sandhi has to happen. So samhita that is a constant factor. So that is why this adhikara is given here. Adhikara means that rules the entire sandhi chapter. All the sandhi rules they come under this govern under this vyapti. It comes under this jurisdiction like that. Samhita, that is a must here. Under that, then if this happens, if E comes after, if E is there first and then one of the swara is after that, for example A, then yan iti varnadesha bhavati. Yan means one of the varnas which are in the yan pratyahara substitutes comes as a substitute here. Okay. So pratyahara is given here, ik, yan, ach. Alright. Now this is the basic. Now question. Udaharanani pashyamaha. Few examples. Which are given here. Which are also given in this. Vashantu. Iti atra ikaraha ik pratyahare asti, anantaram akaraha ach pratyahare asti. Purvaranaha ikaraha, paravaranaha akaraha. So bhayoho me samipyam asti idanim iti atra. Samipyam, uchcharanam satat kartavyam. So, continuously. Iti atra, ityatra, ityatra, ityatra. So when we pronounce both these words, both are two different words, but when you pronounce those words close quickly, ityatra, ityatra, then that what changes to ya? Something changes to ya here, right? So what changes to ya here? So what is iti? Iti is it plus e, and atra is atra. Now this is changing to ityatra. Correct? Is this right?
Correct.
Yes.
So what is changing to ya?
E is changing to you.
E is changing to ya.
E is changing to ya. A is not changing. A remains as a. Right? Atra. So it, e, atra, ityatra. So this e is changing to ya. Iti venjanam. Plus a is added. Ityatra. This is one ekam udaharanam. Anyat udaharanam nadi atra. Samanam. Dirgha ikara plus sakara. Nadi plus atra. So e changing to ya punaha yakaraha nadyatra. So similarly atra iti u. Iti u. Atra u iti asti. Ikaraha. Iti antima atra purvaranaha i. Anantaram uchchate. Atra ukaraha. E changing to ya again. U is not changing. U remains as u. So ityuchyate. Nadi uchyate. Now purvaranaha ikara asti chet yakare parivartanam atra bhavati. Ukara asti chet purvaranaha tatra udaharanani 2 plus atra 2 iti atra ta plus u plus atra atra 2 त प्लस व प्लस अत्र अत्रापि उकारस्य परिवर्तनं वकारे परिणमते त्वत्र इति भवति तु अत्र त्वत्र तु इति त्विति पूर्ववर्णः उकारः उकारस्य परिवर्तनं वकारे भवति अनन्तरम् अकारस्य परिवर्तनं नास्ति इति त्विति तु एवं त्वेवं तु एवं त्वेवं पुनः अत्र एकारः अस्ति तस्य परिवर्तनं नास्ति तु उकारस्य वकारः पुनः व प्लस ए वे भवति त्वेवम् इति उदाहरणानि So here E so पूर्ववर्णः E अथवा E so that is what I don't need to write it पूर्ववर्णः E अस्ति चेत् यकारे तस्य परिवर्तनं पूर्ववर्णः उ अस्ति चेत् वकारे पूर्ववर्णः ऋ अस्ति चेत् रेफे परिवर्तनं पूर्ववर्णः ऋ अस्ति चेत् तस्य लकारे परिवर्तनं भवति अस्यापि उदाहरणानि पश्यामः अनन्तरं ऋकारस्य रेफे लकारस्य लकारे so now Suresh Mohdaya is saying okay पूर्ववर्णः ई इक् प्रत्याहारे इ उ लु एते वर्णाः भवन्ति राइट पूर्ववर्णः इक् प्रत्याहारे राइट नौ परवर्णः सूत्रं किं वदति अचि परे अस्ति चेत् राइट अचि परे अस्ति चेत् when ik is immediately followed by ach okay ach means all the swaras right all the swaras so here what happens here first is e in this example what we saw here पूर्ववर्णः e and paravarnah a इत्यत्र अत्र पूर्ववर्णः उ paravarnah a त्वत्र but what if there is पूर्ववर्णः e अनन्तरं paravarnah अपि e अस्ति चेत् this is also ach correct this paravarna is also ach huh?
This may be a special case because what we learnt is this is Savarna Dirghasana.
So here according to this sutram this should have become ya right this should have e becomes ya like just like this and the second one does not change so it should have become for example what is the e plus the example asti hari an example I don't know hari iti so hari iti like this it will become hari iti that we know how do we know because it is a natural we know many words hari iti it doesn't become hari iti right? This e does not change to ya so in this case this changes to dirgha e hari iti now but this sutra fails then this sutra is not valid how is it saying that it is achi there so this is another speciality of Paniniya Sutras. Panini Sutra, he forms the sutras and puts the sutras in that order in a certain way so that we understand which are the special cases and which are the default cases or the more generic cases. So that is something when you study the Ashtadhyayi how it is organized and all that. So we'll not go into that details right now. So right now, yes, it does looks like it fails when E is when E and E and the same letters come in front of each other, right? It appears it doesn't hold good here. But that case is covered in a different sutra. So we'll have to think of that sutra, other sutra first, whether that sutra is applicable. Then sutra, this sutra is not applicable in that case. So which sutra takes the precedence? Which sutra overrides the which sutra? So that is the study of Ashtadhyayi structure in detail if you want to do that. That is a separate topic. For now, let's understand that this Iko Yanachi is, though there is a Achi, means it says, the sutra says, Ach comes, or any letter in the Ach pratyahara, or any swara comes after this Ik pratyahara, this Yan gets the substitution. But we need to restrict that Ach now. This sutra or the rule becomes applicable only in certain cases, not for all the swaras of Ach. So what are the, when this becomes applicable? When will this become applicable? Ik is fine. E, U, Ru, Lu. Iti Purvavarnaha. Varavarnaha, obviously it cannot be the same letter. Right? What should be the Paravarna?
It should be anything other than what is in the Purvavarna.
It should be anything what is in the Purvavarna.
Except what?
So Savarnaha na bhavet. Same letter should not be there. So it could be any Varna, like what? Any Varna that we saw, which you saw the example. Right? Now, for example, iti atra, like that. There. Iti atra, iti ukte, atha iti uktam. Right. Tu is example. Udaharanam vadami. Tu atra, tu iti. So this U and they are not savarna. U and E, they are not savarna, means not same letter. So this becomes what happens? Twatra, Tuti. Rulu we'll see a little later. Okay. So now the question comes, how do we know? How do we know that when E is there, when the Purvavarnaha E asti chet, yakarasya eva adeshaha, because the sutra is saying any word, any letter of Yan, it is just saying pratyahara Yan, right? Yan pratyahare ya vara la iti varnaha santi, ik pratyahare I u iti varnaha santi. So now how do you know when the Purvavarna E asti chet, tasya sthane yakarasya eva adesha bhavati. When u iti Purvavarna asti chet, tasya sthane yakarasya eva adesha bhavati. Ru iti varna asti chet, tasya sthane refasya eva adeshaha. Lu iti varna asti chet Purvavarnaha, tasya sthane lakarasya eva adesha bhavati iti katham janimaha. How do we know? One is just natural, right? Like when we pronounce, we know. When we pronounce the words iti asti, when we pronounce this word together, what is happening? Iti asti. So it is changing naturally to ya. This is a natural process. Sandhi is a natural process. Iti asti. It's a natural phenomenon. Iti asti. It doesn't change to U, obviously. When there is a later, it doesn't change to, or when there is a here, sorry, E here, it doesn't change to U. This doesn't become Itvasti. Right? Or it doesn't become Itrasti. It doesn't change to Ra also. It doesn't change to La also. And similarly here, Tu, Atra, Twatra. And Tu, Iti, Tviti. So we know that this changes to Va because naturally it happens. But as a grammatical framework, Ashtadhyayi has to define it. Ashtadhyayi has to define it. It just can't say, okay, it is natural, just understand that. So for that, there is another sutra also. So what that sutra says, it says as per the order of the letters. So E in the Ik Pratyahara, what is the order of the letters? Ik Pratyahara Varna ke So as you see here on this website, Ik Pratyahara E U Ru Ru Ru. So this is the order. The Dirgha also you can consider in this one only. E U Ru Ru. This is the order. And Yan Pratyahara Yavarala order. So what another sutra, the Yatha Sankhya iti Anyat Sutram asti. So what that sutra says, as per the order you take it. So this is the first letter of this Pratyahara. This is another Sankhya. This is the first letter of the second Yan Pratyahara. This is the second letter of the Ik Pratyahara, second letter of the Yan Pratyahara. So in that order the substitution happens. That means Purvarna hi asti chet tasya sthane yakarasya adesha bhavati. Purvarna hi asti chet tasya sthane vakarasya adesha. Because one is like a corresponding letter. 1 is to 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 4 4 like this. So this also that Vyakarana book, if it has to be comprehensive, he has to say that. And he has said that in this Ashtadhyayi. Otherwise, if one is totally new, he might get confused. Oh, this is very confusing, it's not clear. If it is E, then what? Why should not I substitute that with Ra? Why should not we? No, Va? Like that. But he has made it clear and put the rule for that. So here. Sthane Antarastamani. This sutra. Okay, I think we'll stop here. So there is in case of Ru Refasya Lakarasya Adesha Bhavati, how does that happen? I mean, we'll see the examples later in the next class.
Namaskara.
Namaskara, Dhanyavadaha. Any questions?